Hey, what's up, everybody? It is I, Ambitiouz, the vegan stoner, and I'm back with another video. But first,
I love to sing about the Mona and the Jonah and the Springer. I'm smoking Greena. I love to sing about the Mona and the Jonah and the Springer. I'm smoking Greena.
hey ninjas, welcome back to another episode of Smoke Break with me. Mother's Day was yesterday. I enjoyed it. I went back to Chicago and I got to spend the weekend with my mom. So for today's video, I thought it would be cool to just do maybe a Mother's Day themed smoke with me. I'm just gonna hit this one more time because the topic of this video is going to get really intense. So, as you can tell by the video, quite obviously, I'm going to be sharing with you guys a story about the time that I got an abortion. This is actually my first time talking about this on camera, so I don't know what emotions I will have, if I will be emotionless, but I am just going to tell the story as it happened to me. So here it goes. I was 19 years old at the time. This is about 10-11 years ago. I was going to college. I was going to community college. I was in school, majoring in media communications. I'm on top of my grades. I was working 2 jobs. I worked at Burger King, and I was doing like event setups, like, you know, when people give out the free samples and stuff like that.
But it's free.
So, yeah, I was doing that. So like where I was at in life, I was pretty much a happy person, partying a lot. Like, I'm 19, you understand? So obviously I'm going out a lot, doing a lot of drinking, I'm smoking every day, you know. So I mean, I'm just enjoying my life as a normal 19-year-old girl would. Didn't have a boyfriend at the time. I had a few friends with benefits, so like I wasn't dating, but like I would see, you know, a few guys here or there time to time. And again, I'm 19, like I'm living my life, I'm young, hot, doing all that, whatever. So I was dealing with this guy. We're just gonna call him V. V and I, we met on Facebook, I believe. V and I had lots of mutual Facebook friends. And I guess you can say at the time I was sort of Facebook famous. So the mutual friends that he had were like all people like I go out and party with. So I'm thinking like, okay, this guy's cute, it's cool. So yeah, he had his own apartment. I did not. I was staying with my parents at the time. And so, like, I would like to say he was my little kind of like, I don't know, escape or getaway when I didn't want to be at home. I know, like, I can always go to his house. And this is how it would work when I go to his house. So I would go to his house, we smoke, but then we'd have sex, and then I stayed the night with him, and in the morning he'd leave and he'd go to work. And when he'd leave and go to work, like, he'd leave me there at his house. So he'd either leave the key or whatever. So, like, I used to just honestly just chill in his house while he'd be at work. Like, I'd be in that bitch smoking, meditating, getting myself together, and basically just chilling. So you could say I was pretty much using him just to get a little peace of mind, like, and just have a little getaway away from home, to be very honest with you. This union situationship thing went on for a couple months or so. Then, like, fast forward, I'm feeling like extremely sick. Like, I'm at home or whatever, and I'm throwing up, and I'm thinking, I'm like, damn, I got a fucking hangover. Because, you know, like, if you like have a really bad hangover and you're drinking alcohol and sometimes you throw up and it's like this really like disgusting yellow like stomach fluid kind of thing. Yeah, that's what I was experiencing. So after that, my mom was like, I think you're pregnant, you should take a pregnancy test. And I'm like, pregnant, girl, bye. Like, me pregnant? No, could never be pregnant. So she brought me a pregnancy test and I took it, and that thing said positive. The test was positive, like, so I'm confused. I'm like, me? So like I called my best friend at the time. I'm pregnant. Woo. She like, you lying, yada yada, whatever. Immediately I make a doctor's appointment so I can go like get a test from the doctor to confirm. So I did that, and I was indeed pregnant. And then after that, once I found out I was pregnant, my reaction was, I didn't know how to feel. Because initially when I took the first pregnancy test, I was still in denial. I'm like, no, I'm not pregnant. So when I go to this doctor, they're going to give me a negative test, and I'm going to be laughing at you all. But like, I was really pregnant. Like, yeah, it had hit me like, wow, like I'm carrying a child. Like, I'm going to be a mommy. Wow, that's crazy. So if anybody knows my mother, she wants me to have kids, obviously. She loves kids. She's like that grandmother mother. I told her what happened, and she told the world, she told the church, she told any and everybody that she could tell. And this was before like even discussing like if I wanted to keep it. Honestly, I don't think there was ever any question in the beginning on whether or not I wanted to keep it. It's like, wow, you're pregnant, cool. So she told everyone, and now it was my turn to tell V. So I call V. I'm in the Walgreens, and I call him. I'm like, hey, what's going on? He's like, hey, what's up? Just at work. I'm like, I got something to tell you. He's like, yeah, what's up? I'm like, I went to the doctor today, and I am pregnant. And it was kind of like this awkward pause. When I said it, it was like he got real quiet, and so did I. He was like, oh, okay. And then I was like, well, call me when you get off. I'm gonna come over. And then so he's like, all right. So like I get the little, so now I have shit, like I have an ultrasound and etc. yada yada yada. So I'm like, I'm going to show him all this stuff. I get to his house later, and the conversation we have is basically him telling me, you know, he already has a child. This isn't kind of like the best point in life for him to want to have another baby, you know? So I'm kind of like, you should have thought about that. And I'm like, well, you should have thought about that. I want to keep it. Just kind of thinking to myself like, all right, so what to do now? Now, the only other kicker in this story is when I actually found out I was pregnant, I'm already about 3 months. Like, and I'm like 3 months close to 4. Now, like, time goes by. He's telling me he doesn't want me to keep it. But he also isn't trying to up the money for an abortion, you know? I think I didn't know whether I wanted to keep it or not. Like, I wanted to keep it in the beginning, but the more and more it seemed like he didn't want any involvement, it made me just like pull away and like draw back. After a while, my mind changed, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to have a baby and have the father not want to be with me, not want to be there. And it's not so much because we weren't even really in a relationship. He was even giving me the ultimatum of, let's just handle this and we can see where it goes down the line between you and I, like, you know. And I mean, I wasn't really trying to hear all that, but again, like, I didn't want to be in a situation where the father not want to be involved. So I guess I made a mental decision to like where, okay, I'm gonna go fix this. So when I made up the decision that I'm gonna get the abortion, I went to the county because everybody was telling me, you go to the county, it's cheaper, you don't gotta pay that much. So I go to the county, think I'm gonna spend like $50, and so that's when I found out like I'm too far along to get this regular abortion. I have to get like a late termination type of an abortion. And so they give me a list of all these numbers to call. So now I'm calling all these numbers around. They're like, how far along are you? And I'm telling them like, you know, I'm such and such far along. And everybody's giving me the price of like $800 and up. $800. Like, what? $800 for an abortion? So I'm thinking like, wow, I'm probably gonna end up keeping this baby because he's not gonna give me $800. But what am I gonna do like later on down the line? Like if I can't afford 800 to like handle a situation when I don't feel like I'm ready for, I don't think I'm ready for a kid. I have nothing for myself. I have no place. I have no car. I'm staying with my parents. I'm not in love. He doesn't love me. So yeah, it started to fuck with me a little bit, you know. So then August 8th. Plot twist, right? Before we get there. So I meet someone who was an amazing person in my life. We no longer have dealings, but he came into my life at that time, and he literally took care of the entire situation for me. Like, he paid for the abortion, which it ended up being about $900. He paid for that. Okay, so once I got the abortion, it was like, I don't know, situation done deal, right? But not really, because I feel like even still to this day, I suffer PTSD from that. The process of actually getting the abortion, it was a 3-day process. So I could have known what I was having. That's how far along I was. Like, I could have known if I was having a boy or a girl, but I refused to find out. I didn't want to do that to myself. The baby was already big enough inside me, and like getting rid of something that big, it had already fucked me up. Like, I even felt the kick once. So the first day I went in, and they're like, we are going to put these plugs in you to like kind of dilate you. So they like don't put you to sleep or anything. They just put these plugs in you, and they're like clamps. So I guess it's to like, oh, you know, open your cervix a little bit. So that's day one. So like I'm going home on the train. Didn't even have a ride. Like I'm on the train. I had to go all the way up north to this abortion clinic, and going back home, I was in pain. Like, then they give me all these like heavy, like, I'm probably Norco and Tylenol and shit like that. So then the second day I go back, is for them to expand the clamps and make them, you know, open my cervix more. So then this day they tell me that we're gonna give you these pills. They're pain pills. You have to take these pills at a certain time. You can't take them after a certain time because you'll be going into surgery in the morning. Well, we'll be, you know, we'll be doing the complete abortion, and you can't have anything by mouth after a certain time. Y'all, I was in so much pain when I got home. I fell asleep, and I couldn't take the rest of my pain pills. So I probably only taken half of the dosage that I was supposed to take, but I refused to take them because I wasn't supposed to have anything by mouth after. When I tell you I suffered, and I feel like at the time, like, I felt that was God's punishment for me to go through the pain that I went through on the way to the clinic. My dad had a van at the time, and I couldn't even sit up. I woke up crying, and then I was crying because I was scared. Like, I'm at the point of no return now. So, like, on top of emotional pain, I'm feeling tremendous physical pain, spiritual pain. And I cried and I screamed because it hurt so bad. And when I got into the clinic, they just tried to get me through as fast as they could just to get it over with. And I remember going in the room, laying on the table, starting to count, and I woke up in another room. And it was done. And I just stopped the process of me bringing new life into the world. Like, I'm not going to say I regret that decision. I feel like the decision, it still hurts me sometimes. Like, I still think about the what ifs, the where would I be in life right now. I don't think I've healed from it. I mean, I've never got counseling and, you know, anything like that. I obviously aren't afforded or granted some of the, you know, same resources as other people who may go through this. But I do feel like it's affected me, and I don't feel like I'm healed from it to this day. But yeah, it was a very tough experience to go through. I feel like talking about it has helped me heal a little bit in some form. And I also think sharing this story to people who care to listen is also a form of healing as well. But yeah, that is my abortion story. Again, like I say, I don't regret it. It's just lessons in life, and it's one of those things where I'm gonna have to again take deeper looks at, and I have to heal myself from a lot of the traumas that I've experienced. So self-reflection is a great and wonderful thing. So yeah, I'm going to leave this video for what it is. Thank you guys for watching. If any words of encouragement, that's all. Got anything nice you want to say, just comment it down below. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.